Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. You know what? It makes me want to learn to play the piano, that little intro.
Well, thank you for creating it.
Yeah.
How was your week this week?
It's a good week. Yeah. Visiting friends. Had a poker night with some friends on Saturday night. I hosted and therefore won.
How many pennies did you win?
Well, the buy-in was 2,000 pennies.
Wow.
Wait a sec. Wouldn't be 200. Yeah, it would have been 20. Yeah, 2,000 pennies. $20.
$20.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so and how's real estate going? What's your perception of real estate?
Interesting that, I always find my real estate business runs almost counter to some other people's. Like I hear other people are really busy and I'm really slow and going, what's going on? And then other people are like, oh, it's so slow and I'm getting really busy. So had a number of phone calls lately. I'm meeting folks today about their home, buy, sell. Meeting some folks Wednesday about the same thing. Phone calls are starting to come in. My buyers have all been really on the fence for quite some time, though. I've got quite a few buyers looking, but while they were ready to pull the trigger when the market was kind of going up and they thought they might be losing out, now they're not so ready to pull the trigger.
Right, because they don't have urgency.
Yep.
Yeah, I totally get it. I'm finding I'm telling, like, we're at a point now where prices are leveling off and interest rates may go up, and so they're going to save money if they purchase now. Also, they can also, like, if they think the price is going to be steady, then why not invest now? I just wonder.
Yeah, so I hear you saying they're going to save money by buying now. You mean in terms of interest on their mortgage payments?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And yet a rise in interest could bring prices a little lower if there's another bump. But I always feel like, and what I've been telling people is, spring is always a time of optimism and people kind of coming back to the table. I call it mating season for houses. And I think we're going to see more energy in the spring than we have been seeing now. So people have been holding off. I just don't feel like, if there's any price adjustments to be made, it's going to be during these slower times.
I agree. And so we're going to look at the statistics right now and we'll see where that is happening. So
before we do, let's just comment on the fact that it's our 100th episode. Oh my God. I don't even know how that happened.
We met every Monday for over a year.
A couple years, yeah. Which is hilarious. So so somehow we came up to 100 episodes. So we're going to talk today about places we consider really interesting around Victoria and Vancouver Island. So that's going to be our discussion. I think, Jane, you mentioned we were talking about having a contest. So let's let our viewers know that right away. And we'll maybe keep reminding people because I know people do come and go.
Okay, so Andrew and I are going to have each on our Facebook professional pages a like and comment and tag somebody who you might want to go to. It's 2 tickets for Bouchard Gardens. And maybe tell us why you want to go. Maybe it's something you do with your family every year.
So Jane and I will put the names into a draw and draw a name and announce it, I guess, next week.
Okay. And then today what we're going to do is do the top 10 things. I'm going to be focusing on Victoria and Andrew's going to be focusing on within 100 miles. What are our top 10 things to do in Greater Victoria?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So months to date, go ahead.
Stats. Okay, months to date. So we're on November 21st. It's the second column here. Market Watch. We show 162 listings in the last week have come online. 88 properties have gone pending, meaning people came to agreement on price and terms and so forth in that week. And 126 people who have been on market decided their place is not selling at the price it is. So they've brought their prices down. 3 folks assumed that their price was too low, I guess, and brought it up. 3 properties have come back on market that were taken off market for a short time. 109 properties changed hands. 49 properties expired unsold. And this number we've been seeing has been going up.
Yep.
And then 5 properties withdrawn, meaning people have changed their mind mid-term, mid-contract.
So
something has changed.
So I get the chance to look at these numbers over 3 weeks because I'm looking when I'm creating the PowerPoint, and the new listings are very consistent. The pendings are also very consistent. So we're in, I would say, still like it seems that list to sale ratio, we're still in a bit of a seller's market. So
you think sellers, eh? I mean, I've seen stats that show balanced, but definitely not buyer's market yet.
Definitely not a buyer's market yet. But yeah, like, so the definition of a buyer's market, I think, is less than 30% listing selling, and we're at around 50. So still pretty good. But the thing is, we still don't have a ton of inventory. Let's just look at that stat, which is the next one. So net unconditional sales this week, last 7 days, 249. That's compared to 653 for the month of November last year, which was an exceptional year. I expect our numbers to be around 400 to 500. Yeah.
You think we'll get that many, another 250 in the next 10 days? Because we're 2/3 of the way into the month already.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Right.
New listings, 541 this past week, and that's compared to 696 for the whole month of November in 2021. And our total number of listings is up to 2147. And last year was exceptionally low at 887.
Yeah, I just want to correct you. You said 541 in the last week. I think that's 541 so far this month.
Oh, to date this month.
Yeah,
sorry.
to date this month. Yeah. So we're on track for, similar number of new listings, I'd say, by the end of the month compared to last week. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to quickly go through our top 10. I'm going to start. And then Andrew's going to...
We hadn't pre-consulted on this. So in fact, well, we did. And then there was some confusion about it, to be honest, because there was some
I focused on the city.
Yeah.
Okay. Top 10 things to do in Victoria and Greater Victoria. So my first one is tea at the Empress. This is an exciting thing to do with your family. It's not exciting. It's fun to do. And it's very filling. So awesome tea. It's in the front part of the hotel, and you get a view of the harbor, and it's very elegant. You go ahead.
Hey, elegant. Awesome. Oh, and so now I'm jumping in now. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go back to slide 1, add to stream. Okay, so I did top 10 places to check out within 100 kilometers of Victoria. I tended to focus outside of Victoria. I did include a couple places sort of around Victoria. One thing I really like, and I did also focus, as Jane commented on, more outdoorsy stuff. These are the things I like around Victoria that I think are really fun to explore and make Victoria a great place to live. So Island View Beach is a wonderful place to take your family, your friends. They do, we've been out there and had great barbecues on the beach. There's campsites for RVs and regular camping there. It's a very, very long beach. The tide goes out pretty far, and it's just a beautiful place to beach comb around Victoria. So
and you can park your RV there. You
can park your RV there and camp there, and I've had some great times there with friends. So yeah, that's one of mine. Okay,
mine. The second one is Bouchard Gardens. So this is a great place to go at the winter time, and the colors are amazing. It's actually a good time to go any time of the year. They really do a great job of keeping it tidy and nice. And they have, of course, seasonal flowers. But during the winter, they have a light show as well. So you can walk through and enjoy a winter's evening with your family.
And then they have the Saturday night fireworks in this, well, I guess not summer. Fire, but
they haven't been doing that because of the fire hazard.
Fire hazards. I should say, if you haven't been to Bouchard Gardens, you definitely should check it out. If you have been to Bouchard Gardens, have you checked it out in different seasons? Because it is, a different place. Every day of the year it's different. So check it out for the different seasons. You will always find something great to explore there. Okay. So my second highlight around Greater Victoria would be, if you haven't been to the Soup Potholes, which is fun. You know, ironic. I haven't actually been there for a number of years myself, but it's a beautiful swimming hole, just beautiful geography there with these different, holes etched out of the rock. It's just a beautiful place, and it's only really a 40-minute drive from Victoria. Parking can be a little bit suspect if finding parking, but not so bad.
There's designated parking up there. There's designated parking up there.
Yeah.
So it's a good place to go for a day trip if you want to cool off in the water.
Absolutely. On those really, really hot summer days. Beautiful place.
Okay, mine is, I love these little guys, and I do have a video link, but I won't show it. Anyway, it shows these harbor ferries. They practice every morning actually while we're rowing in the summer, and so they do like a ballet on the water, and you can actually take a tour of you can do a pub crawl on the ferries and go to Spinnaker's and Canoe and other restaurants and bars around the harbor. And you can also end up at Fisherman's Wharf, where you can have awesome fish and chips or Mexican food or pizza. It's a great place to hang out, and a very colorful place.
Yeah, that's a great little thing. And ending up at Fisherman's Wharf, some friends did a sort of Christmas. They had a Christmas event a couple of years ago that I went to with some friends, and you ended up getting hot chocolate at Fisherman's Wharf and being able to hang out there. So that was quite fun. So yeah, definitely, I agree with you there.
Okay.
All right. So the Gulf Islands. You know, we've got some beautiful islands around. We live on a beautiful island. We also have some other wonderful, beautiful islands to go to. If you are, if you're into boating, you have a boat. A lot of people will take their boats over to the marinas on the Gulf Islands and spend a day at a pub or check things out and wander. If you, there's ferry service back and forth to most of the primary islands. There's really wonderful restaurants and markets and Airbnbs and just a great little getaway not far from Victoria.
Also, there's provincial parks on some of the islands that you can camp at.
Absolutely beautiful provincial parks with great camping and so on. So yeah, definitely check out the Gulf Islands, a beautiful jewel nearby.
Yeah, and actually I spent a lot of time this year traveling around islands with buyers, and awesome places.
I should say I've got a wonderful listing on Pender with beautiful ocean views, and it's over an acre. So if anyone is interested in moving to the Gulf Islands, it is $450,000.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm a big fan of Chinese food. Yeah. And the Chinatown in Victoria is actually the oldest one in North America. And they have this cute little alley called Fantan Alley that you can walk down and see these really cute little stores. And so you can get your fresh fruits and vegetables, bubble tea, or you can go out for dinner. I highly recommend Chinatown.
Chinatown is really fun, and it's a very different change of pace from the rest of Victoria. Fantan Alley is the Canada's shortest street, I believe, as well. It's officially a street, even though you can only walk down it, if I recall. And fun fact, my business camera traders started in my old business camera traders. I started in Fantan Alley down and around the corner there. So yeah, that was home to me for many years. Loved that area.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Next, let me make sure I've got, so next, I would say if you like road trips, it's going out past the Souk potholes, past Souk, out to Port Renfrew. There's a beautiful route you can take all the way from Victoria to Port Renfrew, from Port Renfrew to Lake Cowichan, back to Duncan and up over the Malahat and home again, with great camping as well. But Port Renfrew Botanical Beach, it's kind of the closest you can drive from Victoria to get really West Coast kind of, waves and action from the ocean. And the beach itself has these beautiful, beautiful potholes, I guess you might call them, or beautiful for checking out the different, what's the word for that again?
Tidal pools.
Tidal pools, thank you. Some beautiful tidal pools.
Each one looks like its own aquarium. It's amazing.
It is just gorgeous, and it used to be quite a long walk to get down there. I think now it's a little bit shorter. and they've got pretty good parking, and lots of yeah, it's definitely a good place to explore, and there's lots to see along the way as you go there. Jordan River, and stop in Shirley for some coffee or something, and um, buy some meat on your way past. Yeah, it's a fun little trip.
Okay. If you've ever watched X-Men, this is one of the most famous castles to film. It's well regarded in the film industry. It's currently on the Royal Roads campus, and you can book special events there like weddings. It's an awesome place. They also have Japanese gardens there. I highly recommend Hatley Castle.
It's one of the most beautiful places you can go and visit, and it is currently a campus, but you can go and walk the campus. There's the Japanese, as you mentioned, the Japanese gardens. There's the Esquimalt Lagoon in behind there. It's just
hey, you're treading on my turf. You're treading on my turf.
We're supposed to be sharing this, aren't we? Okay.
Hey, just wait.
Okay. Say what you got to say.
Okay, go, Andrew.
So you're not allowed to comment on this now? I invite you.
No, you're going to see why. You're going to see why.
Okay. There's a reason here. So Cowichan Valley, I would say, beautiful agricultural area, as well as, city of Duncan, and lots in that area to do and explore. Some great wineries. You can go on wine tours. Some fun shopping in the village. It's sort of in downtown Duncan. There's some great museums in the area. Jane.
Yeah, you can also go inner tubing, which I did not put on my list, but you can, for $30, rent an inner tube and go down the river in Cowichan, and then and they'll pick you up at the other end and take you back.
Now you're treading on my turf again.
Well, I wanted to add the Eats and Beats at Colwood Lagoon, which is what you were talking about.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. So Esquimalt Lagoon there.
I'm not sure if it's Esquimalt Lagoon. I have it in Colwood Lagoon, but it is in Colwood. Royal Roads is actually named after the place where the ships would go back and forth in front of the castle. That is considered Royal Road. That's what it was. So you can go there on a Thursday, I think Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday. During the summer, you can listen to live music, and they have all these food trucks there, and it's awesome.
I've never been to that, and it looks amazing.
So it does get a bit cold at the end of the night. That's the only thing. Right.
Okay. Huh. And the road stays open. There's just they don't close the road down. Okay, because that would be problematic.
Yeah, you can see on the food trucks on the right, they have these little posts that the food trucks park behind, and that's on kind of a gravel area.
Okay. All right. So I mentioned Cowichan Valley, but Cowichan Lake is up above the Cowichan Valley. I would say there's the town of Lake Cowichan. There's then also Cowichan Lake and a number of different little townships around it. Jane mentioned, and out of Cowichan Lake, the Cowichan River flows, and from there you can rent those tubes and spend a beautiful afternoon tubing down the river. It's not, a real active whitewater tubing. It's more just, hanging out with your friends, rafting up, chatting, enjoying.
Drifting.
Yeah. With a couple of times where you kind of go a little faster. And then there's a pullout, and they have a shuttle that'll pick you up and take you right back to the town. So it's really easy.
I do have a client who has an Airbnb. If anybody's interested there and wanting to rent, let me know.
Good call.
Oops. Okay. So the other places to go in Victoria, we have some kind of community villages. So Cook Street Village is a very popular area. If you want to have like coffee, do some light shopping, just hang out with your friends, it's a great place. Also, Oak Bay Village is a great place as well.
I'd say Estevan Village, yeah.
And Estevan Village is also great.
Yeah.
It's little tiny villages where you could just, get a feel of what the community is doing and enjoy some great food.
There's the Cabro Bay Village as well, Pepper's Market and little restaurants, and Cabro Bay Beach.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, I think Cordova Bay, I wouldn't say they have a village yet, but I think they're working on it.
Yeah. Well, they've got those new buildings. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Harrow.
Yeah. Okay. So staying on the Cowichan theme, we've got Cowichan Bay as well. And this is, again, a very different area than the two other Cowichan's we were talking about. Cowichan Bay, just over the Malahat. It's a beautiful marina, lots of beautiful houseboats and such, rows of shops and boutique shops, and great ice cream and little seafood restaurants and things. So it's worth exploring, and it's a great little afternoon getaway if you want to get away. If you want to make a day of it, go to Cowichan Bay and the Cowichan Valley, a little bit beyond. Great day trip.
And you mentioned the seafood there. You can get fresh seafood there in Cow Bay. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Little Jumbo Restaurant, one of my favorites, especially if you want to go and get a drink. Whoops, sorry. They are
Spoiler alert.
They have amazing drinks there, and the food is pretty awesome as well. I've spent a few times there, and I've really enjoyed it. So highly recommend.
If you like cocktails, we've got some great cocktails in Victoria. Little Jumbo is one of the good places to go.
What's amazing about it is they've kind of recreated it as a speakeasy, so they have like the pressed tin ceiling and all of that. It's really nice.
Yeah, and you go downstairs to get into it, and or no, that's cenote. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's the same level.
Yeah. Okay, cenote. And then Clive's is also a great place to go for drinks. So anyway, we don't drink
and the Empress.
Yeah, that's true. Probably pay $25 for a cocktail there, but
Vista 18 is another place. But anyway, Little Jumbo is
Vista 18. If you want to have a view, go up to Vista 18 and enjoy some really wonderful. It's a rooftop restaurant with great views. All right, so again, still within 100 kilometers of Victoria. If you like theater and want to get away, go up, check out Chemainus. They're famous for their murals. They've painted up their whole city with murals all over the town. It's a quaint little village kind of town, but look at what their upcoming playlist is, and go check out one of their theater productions. I've been there a number of times, seen a number of shows up there. It's always really fun. They have a dinner theater, so you can enjoy a meal and go on down to the show. It's a great date place.
We when the train was running, we took our kids by train up there and enjoyed a play, and then came back. It was so fun.
I wish we had the train running. I know it's not cost effective, but I just think it's such a great connector for this island and would be so good for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Broad Street has been renovated over the past few years. It's now become a no-through zone. So it's like a pedestrian mall. It's a short street, maybe about 20 stores maximum. You can go there to Pagliacci's for an awesome meal, but also if you want to get your makeup done or buy some really beautiful clothes, they have great clothing stores. And that's where you go to get your prom dress now. And you can go across the street to Miss Max and get your makeup done.
Excellent. Yeah, Broad Street's great. And yeah, they've done a lot of that with kind of, making the roads one way or no way, especially in summer. So they're kind of creating more of a street feel in Victoria.
Yeah, and they've put all these little outdoor patio places so people can hang out. There's also Macchiato, which is a great coffee shop on the corner there.
All right. So I cheated a little bit because I tried to find out how far from the crow flies from Victoria to Seattle, and it's just over 100 kilometers. But if you're interested in maybe getting out and seeing some sporting events or some music, or checking out again some museums, or just getting something that's a little bit bigger than Victoria for what's available culturally, go check it out. Chihuly Glass Museum is an amazing museum. There's the public market that is like huge that you can wander through. A lot to do with
Space Museum,
Space Needle, Space Museum, yes.
And they have a music museum there, or music place.
And we have a ferry service that runs back and forth. So easy to do. And I'd say Port Angeles as well. There's a big Dungeness Crab Fest that happens annually that a lot of Victorians will take the ferry over to go to the Crab Fest in Port Angeles.
And I highly recommend Hama Hama for oysters. If you want to go, if you're not an oyster fan, you can go there for macaroni and cheese. Yum, yum.
Hama. Okay, good to know.
Hama Hama Hama. Okay, this is one of the more ecologically responsible, I'm told, whale watching tour companies called Eagle Wing Tours. They have a number of different boats. This is one of the larger ones, and they'll take you on a tour to find whales. They do keep their distance, which is what's required from the whales, and it's non-interactive, just watching. But a lot of people, I was at a dinner party last night, and a lot of people were talking about whale watching still being very important to tourists.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a huge tourism. I mean, when you go, sometimes I'll go and have lunch up at the top of Beacon Hill Park, and you can see down to the water, and you'll see all the whale watching boats coming and going. We actually saw some whales from up there recently because I noticed that the whale watching boats had sort of come to a stop in a certain area. So we got to watch for that. And yeah, sure enough, they were spouting and doing their thing. So you don't have to go on a tour to necessarily to find them, but it's the best way to go find them. And they don't only just tour they'll take you to see some beautiful areas of Victoria too, perhaps race rocks and so forth. So
yeah, seals and sea lions.
Seals and sea lions, for sure. Okay, that was a good ad. Thank you. So on that big city theme again, Vancouver is another area that people will go to. That is within 100 kilometers of Victoria. Float plane from Victoria goes regularly. Of course, there's the ferry service as well. A lot of people will go to Vancouver again for a weekend, for shopping, for sports, concerts, and so forth. Good little getaway again. The nice thing about Victoria is it's small enough that you're not feeling like you're in a huge city, but we have access to some great cities nearby as well. So Victoria itself is a beautiful city, but if you want just that little bit more city, you've got two options really close by.
Yeah, awesome place to visit.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead.
So this is just the map showing, Victoria and where we are here in Victoria. And so the different places that I have included are all tagged there with pins. So starting from the far left, Port Renfrew, the one there is the Botanical Beach. Moving up to where it says Yubo, that's the Lake Cowichan area and the river we were talking about. Then you've got the one just to the right of Ladysmith, and that would be the Chemainus Theatre. Below that would be the Cowichan Valley, and way down below that is what did I tag there? Oh, that's the Soup Potholes.
Yes, and the Gulf Islands. Yeah,
and then running back up, we've got Gulf Islands and Cowichan Bay, right here in the Victoria area, just under what's calling Sydney, is where Island View Beach is, and then we know Vancouver's at the top right, and Seattle, well marked bottom right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I'd done that for mine in the city. Oh, well.
And you know what? And if we've missed anything, please put it in the comments or, on the Facebook pages. If you've got a favorite spot, we'd love to hear about it.
Yep.
Yep.
So, and don't forget, we are here every Monday morning starting at 10 a.m. So pick your channel and come and watch us. And anything else you want to add, my friend?
I think I've got it. I think I'm complete.
Okay, so don't forget to subscribe, everybody, to our Facebook channels, or you can go to YouTube and subscribe to us there. Add us to your favorites. And Andrew, how do people get in touch with you?
They will wave at me in the market. So yeah, you can call me at 250-360-6106. Email me info@andrewplank.com or check out the website andrewplank.com. Instagram is Plank Andrew.
Plank Andrew. All right. And if you want to reach me, my name is Jane Johnston. I'm with the Briar Hill Group at Remax Camosun. You can reach me by telephone at 250-744-0775. You can email me at briarhillgroup@gmail.com. Visit my website at briarhillgroup.com, which is being revamped. And you can go to vancouverislandtime.com where you can see these videos and more about buying and selling in Victoria. And I'm also on Instagram at Realty Teacher, Remax Victoria, and Vancouver Island Luxury Living. Have a great day and have a great week, Andrew.
Thank you. You too, Jane. And thanks everyone for watching.
Okay, and congratulations to you for 100 episodes. Way to go, buddy.
Wow, way to go. Yeah, that's 50 each.
See you later.
See you later.